Hello guys, welcome back. And this time I'm going to be talking about how to avoid or how to minimize time troubles in chess and how to basically manage your time better. Before I start, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Do that now. I'm waiting. Okay, thank you. Now, I'm going to give you 5 tips of what to do. Obviously, these are general recommendations. If you need to think a long time in a certain position, do think. But basically, I'm going to be talking about giving you a general tips of how you might save some time in a chess game without even realizing that. Okay, first tip, guys, know your openings. Basically, what do I mean by that? If you know your opening very well, and you know what are the typical plans of this opening, some traps, some ideas, you know where your piece is supposed to go, it really helps you save time because after the opening finishes, you don't need to actually kind of start. You might getting confused. Okay, what am I doing now? Then you need to think a lot of time about conducting a plan or figuring general what you're about to do. So this is something you can definitely save on in terms of time if you know your openings very well to the deep level and you know some plans. It might help you a great deal saving up some time during a chess game. Second tip, think in your opponent's time. Guys, how many of you do that? How many, like, you make a move, your opponent thinks, other than staring at the ceiling and thinking, when does he going to make his move? Come on, this guy thinking for so long. No, don't do that. Think in his own time about your future plans. Now, what I would recommend is not actually calculating so much when your opponent thinks, but maybe thinking in more general terms. Think about, what is my plan? Where should my pieces go? Do I want to exchange that piece? Do I want to exchange this piece? What is my plan? What are my ideas? Those general things you can definitely do in your opponent's time. What's the reason I would want to avoid calculating a lot during my opponent's time is because he might make a different move than what you expected, and then all of your calculations were completely in vain and you lost lots of energy. Energy is another very important aspect. So think more often in your opponent's time, don't forget. Number 3, learn to trust yourself. Guys, I think the biggest cause of time troubles in chess is the perfectionism, or the ability we are not trusting ourselves. We're thinking about a move and then we might have second thoughts. Maybe it's not good, maybe I'm a bad player, what am I doing here, why am I not at home? At the end of the day, nobody is a perfect player. If you have obviously you have your chess understanding, whatever that is. You think about some move, it looks good to you. If you overthink it, you might make the most amazing move in the world, but you will lack very critical time later on in the game that might cause you to lose in a very painful way later on because you had no time. So learn to trust yourself. Very often, I would even recommend you to force yourself to make an intuitive move. You feel it, you feel like that's the best move, do it. Maybe it would be a mistake, but then you will learn from it. After the game, you would understand exactly what went wrong there, why your intuition betrayed you. Maybe you didn't understand something about the position, but definitely learn to trust yourself, because a chess player must kind of trust his own intuition. Otherwise, he might get completely lost. Chess has so much options, so much possibilities. In every position, you have so many legal moves, right? You cannot think about all of them, right? You have to focus on a couple of what we call candidate moves, focus on them, and calculate a little bit, think about that, and choose one. Number 4, practice your calculation abilities. Guys, if you are very rusty in your mind and it takes you a lot of time to calculate stuff, and your opponent is very young and fresh and he's very quickly calculating tactics, it might take him 1 minute to figure a variation that it would take you 10 minutes to figure, then obviously over time you are going to be very much behind him in terms of time. That's why I'm recommending studying your calculation abilities, do maybe more tactic trainings, and especially train to calculate your long calculations and not only those 2-3 move type of variations that you would typically see in an online tactics platform. Number 5, be fit physically. This is amazingly important actually in every, kind of game or sport. But if you have bad shape or you are not very fit, your brain might be, lacking some, the energy that he requires to think. It might take you longer to commit decisions, to take actions. So be fit. Before you start a game, you might also consider, taking a snack, infuse some sugar to your brain that will help your brain operate better. Super important, guys. This is a thinking game. If your brain doesn't function very well, you would fail, right? Very obvious. So be fit. Maybe take a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of a banana, something that gives your opponent a little bit of sugar. That will do marvelous things, especially if it's a very long game, guys. If you're playing a full-time control game in some chess tournament, it takes maybe 3, 4, 5 hours sometimes, and you don't eat anything during that time. That might be a disaster. Don't do that. Always take with you some apples, some bananas, something that, after 1 or 2 or 3 hours of a game, you will need to regain sugar. Okay? So those were my thoughts about how to try to deal with the problem of time trouble that some of you guys might have. So to wrap it up, know your openings. Second, think in your opponent's time. Number 3, learn to trust yourself. Number 4, study your calculations, train on your calculation abilities. Number 5, be fit and come into the game with your brain functioning well. Okay, don't play when you are tired also, of course. So this was a quick video about how to save time in a chess game. Hope you liked it. If you forgot to click on that like button right now, this is your second chance. I would be very much appreciating of that. Subscribe, write me down in the comment section below. What are your ways to deal with the time troubles that you are facing? Are you actually in general facing lots of time troubles, or are you more of an intuitive player which plays very quickly? Basically, tell us in the comment section a little bit about what are your opinions on time management in chess. So guys, really happy to see you once again. Hope you guys are doing well. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.